Hello dear learners, welcome to my channel Creative Learners. Today we'll start lesson 2 of 10th class from page number 21, and the previous video's link will be given in the description of this video. Let's start. In life, every man has twin obligations. Obligations means duty, something that someone is required to do. So Mr. Mandela is of the opinion that every man has twin obligations. The first one is towards his family, his parents, his wife and children, and the second one is towards his people, his community and his country. In a civil and human society, each man is able to fulfill those obligations. Obligations also mean a duty imposed legally or socially according to his own inclinations. Inclinations means natural tendencies of behavior or preferences. And abilities means skills or talents. So if a person is living in a human society, in a civilized society, that person is able to fulfill those obligations according to his own preferences and skills. But in a country like South Africa, but unfortunately if you live in a country like South Africa, it was almost impossible for a man. It was not possible for a man of my birth and color, means a person who is a black colored man, to fulfill both of those obligations. Means a black colored man could not fulfill both of those obligations. In South Africa, a man of color who attempted to live as a human being was punished and isolated. Means what type of treatment was given to a person who lived like a human being in South Africa? He was punished and isolated. In South Africa, a man who tried to fulfill his duty to his people was inevitably ripped. Inevitably means unavoidably. He could not avoid that. Ripped means pulled away from his family and his home and was forced to live a life apart, a twilight existence of secrecy and rebellion. Twilight means is a situation of uncertainty or confusion which seems to exist between different categories, and rebellion means a person or an action of fighting against the authority or refusing to accept rules. Means such a person who would try to live a dignified life would be treated as a criminal and would be kept in prison away from his people, away from his family. I did not in the beginning choose to place my people above my family, but in attempting to serve my people, as he started serving his people, he found that he was prevented from fulfilling his obligations as a son, a brother, a father and a husband. I was not born with a hunger to be free. I was born free in every way that I could know. Free to run in the fields near my mother's hut, free to swim in the clear stream that ran through my village, free to roast mealies under the stars and ride the broad backs of slow-moving bulls. Mandela, as a child, had nothing exceptional about him, and like other children, he too felt contented with the freedom he enjoyed in his own village. He was not born with a hunger to be free. He was born with the freedoms of running in the fields, swimming in the clear stream, roasting mealies under the stars and riding the bulls, etc. He was free to do whatever he liked so long as he obeyed his father and abided by the customs of his tribe. I was not troubled by the laws of man or God. It was only when I began to learn that my boyhood freedom was an illusion. Illusion means something that appears to be real but is not. So, on reaching boyhood, he understood that his freedom was an illusion, and gradually he began to feel a stronger hunger for freedom. Initially, he wanted the freedom only for himself. This was a transitory freedom. Transitory means not permanent. Transitory freedom of being able to stay out at night, read what pleased him and go where he wanted. These thoughts remained with him when he was a student. But on reaching Johannesburg as a young man, he yearned for the basic and honorable freedoms to achieve his potential and lead a life where there would not be any restriction to earn his keep, marry, and have a family. However, on a close observation of people around him, Mandela realized that all those who looked like him were not free. The freedom of each one of his brothers and sisters had been curtailed, had been reduced, but the freedom of everyone who looked like I did. That is when I joined the African National Congress. At this point, Nelson Mandela joined African National Congress since the hunger for his own freedom became the greater hunger for the freedom of his people. It was this desire for the freedom of my people to live their life with dignity. Dignity means being valued and respected for what you are, and self-respect that animated my life. Means Mandela's hunger for freedom changed his life completely. He realized that his countrymen who were black like him were bound with the policy of apartheid. And this realization changed his life, that animated his life. He changed from a law-abiding attorney to a criminal who challenged and defied the oppressive laws. He transformed from a frightened young man into a bold person. And this realization even forced him to choose a way of life where he gave up his family and home to live like a monk. He was no longer a frightened young man, but a self-sacrificing, bold person. He could not enjoy the little freedom that he had because he knew that his people were not free. He had finally realized that as long as his brothers were in chains, he too was a slave. He also understood that even the oppressor was a slave. Oppressor must be liberated, must be made free, just as surely as the oppressed. Oppressor means one who oppress other, who treated other persons in an unjust manner. And oppressed means a victim of oppression, people who are oppressed or are treated cruelly. So I knew that the oppressor must be liberated. He also should be made free just as surely as the oppressed. A man who takes away another man's freedom is a prisoner of hatred. Mandela thinks that a person who takes away another man's freedom is a prisoner of hatred. He is locked behind the bars of prejudice. Prejudice means a strong dislike without any good reason. And narrow-mindedness means such person, those who oppress others, are prisoner of hatred, and they are locked behind the bars of narrow-mindedness and dislike. I am not truly free if I am taking away someone else's freedom, just as surely I am not free when my freedom is taken from me. He also realized that the person who enslaves others is a prisoner of hatred, and the oppressor and the one who is oppressed lack the true sense of humanity. The oppressed and the oppressor are alike, are robbed of their humanity, means they both lack the true sense of humanity. Next is a comprehension check. What twin obligations does Mandela mention? In life, every man has twin obligations to his family, to his parents, to his wife and children, and he has an obligations to his people, his community and his country. Next is, what did being free mean to Mandela as a boy and as a student? How does he contrast these transitory freedoms with the basic and honorable freedoms? As a boy and as a student, Mandela thought that to be free was to be able to do what he liked. He was only supposed to obey his elders and abide by the custom of his tribe. As a student, Mandela wanted freedom of being able to stay out at night, read the book of his choice, and go where he wanted. But then he realized that all these were transitory freedoms. He contrasts them with a basic and honorable freedom that included the freedoms to earn, to marry, to have a family, to live a lawful life, and to achieve one's potential. Next is, does Mandela think the oppressor is free? Why or why not? Mandela does not think that oppressor is free. A man who takes away another man's freedom is a prisoner of hatred because he is locked behind the bars of narrow-mindedness. Thank you, dear learners. If you like this video, please share and subscribe and hit the bell icon for further notifications. Thank you.